Imagine this. You just graduated from school, diploma in hand, ready to take on the world. But then reality hits. Bills start piling up, rent is due, credit card statements keep coming, and suddenly you realize you have no idea how money actually works. You spent years memorizing algebraic formulas and historical dates, but no one ever taught you how to manage debt, invest your earnings, or build real wealth. Why? Why is it that schools prepare us for everything except financial freedom? The truth is, the school system was never designed to teach you how to be rich. In fact, it was designed for the exact opposite. To understand why, we need to go back in time. Schools, as we know them today, were created during the Industrial Revolution. Back then, the world needed obedient workers, people who could follow orders, stick to routines, and keep industries running. That's why schools were structured like factories, strict schedules, standardized testing, and an emphasis on discipline rather than creativity. The goal wasn't to produce entrepreneurs or financially independent individuals. It was to produce employees, people who would work hard, earn a paycheck, and rely on that paycheck for the rest of their lives. But here's the problem. The world has changed. The richest people today don't follow the rules we were taught in school. They don't rely on a single paycheck. They don't trade time for money, and they definitely don't depend on job security. Instead, they build businesses, invest in assets, and use strategies that schools never even mention. Think about it. Did anyone ever teach you about passive income, compound interest, the difference between good debt and bad debt? Probably not. Because if everyone understood how to build wealth, who would be left to work for those who already have it? The system benefits from financial ignorance. Banks make billions off people who don't understand how debt works. Credit card companies thrive on consumers who only pay the minimum balance. The government collects massive amounts in taxes from people who don't know how to legally reduce them. And student loans? They lock millions of young people into decades of debt before they even have a chance to build their future. This is why financial education isn't just ignored. It's deliberately kept out of mainstream schooling. Now, some people argue, well, parents should be the ones teaching their kids about money. And while that sounds reasonable, there's one big problem. Most parents were never taught either. They grew up in the same system, believing the same myths. Get a good job, save money, buy a house, and retire at 65. But in today's world, that strategy is outdated. Inflation eats away at savings. Job security is a myth, and retirement funds are often nowhere near enough. Without financial education, generation after generation falls into the same cycle, working hard, struggling with debt, and never truly achieving financial freedom. But here's the good news. You don't have to stay stuck in that cycle. Unlike previous generations, we now have unlimited access to information. The internet has made it easier than ever to learn about money, investing, and wealth building. No school required. Books, podcasts, online courses, and real-world mentors can teach you more about financial freedom in a few months than school ever did in years. The key is to start asking the right questions. How can I make money work for me instead of working for money? How can I build multiple streams of income? What financial habits do successful people have that schools never taught us? One of the biggest mindset shifts you need to make is understanding the difference between assets and liabilities. Schools teach you to aim for a good salary, but they never teach you that a high salary alone won't make you rich. Owning assets will. Assets are things that put money in your pocket, like rental properties, stocks, businesses, and intellectual property. Liabilities, on the other hand, take money out of your pocket. Things like car loans, credit card debt, and even a house if it's not making you money. The wealthy focus on acquiring assets, while most people spend their lives accumulating liabilities, thinking they're building wealth when they're actually just increasing their expenses. Another crucial lesson schools ignore is how debt can actually be a tool for wealth creation. We're taught that all debt is bad, but that's not entirely true. There's a huge difference between bad debt and good debt. Bad debt is borrowing money for things that lose value, like cars, gadgets, or vacations. Good debt is using borrowed money to invest in things that grow in value, like rental properties or businesses. The wealthy use debt strategically to expand their wealth, while the average person fears it because they were never taught how to use it wisely. Then there's the concept of taxes. Schools prepare you to be a taxpayer, but they never teach you how to legally minimize what you owe. Rich people use tax laws to their advantage, setting up up businesses, making strategic investments, and leveraging deductions that most people don't even know exist. Meanwhile, the average person's paycheck is taxed before they even see it, and they're left with whatever is left over. This is why financial education is so powerful, because once you understand how the game is played, you can stop being a pawn and start making moves like the people who actually control the board. So, if schools won't teach you how to achieve financial freedom, what should you do? Take responsibility for your own education. Read books like Rich Dad, Poor Dad, The Millionaire Fastlane, and Think and Grow Rich. Follow experts who share real-world financial strategies. Start small. Set up an investment account, track your expenses, and look for ways to create income beyond your job. The goal isn't just to make money, it's to build a system where money works for you, even when you're not working. The sooner you break free from the school system's outdated money mindset, the sooner you can start building real financial security. Because at the end of the day, financial freedom isn't about how much you earn. It's about how much you keep, grow, and multiply. Now let me ask you, what's one financial lesson you wish school had taught you? Let's start the conversation in the comments, because the real education starts now.